Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. Today, we're beginning a series on an element of D&D that is very under-discussed, in my opinion. A character's background. Backgrounds were introduced in the player's handbook, and they have been a core part of character creation since the start. The backgrounds basically say what you did before you were an adventurer. Your ancestry or your race defines your physical features, and your background defines what you were when you were young, before you became a fighter or a wizard or a rogue or whatever it was. Backgrounds provide several mechanical benefits towards your character. In the beginning of the game, when we were just dealing with the player's handbook, backgrounds gave you some skill proficiencies, languages, tools, and a special feature. And that was fine. There were some good ones, there were some half-decent ones. I did a whole video about the player's handbook ones. But we're going to start digging into backgrounds from other books. After Tasha's Cauldron of Everything came out, backgrounds started to get more powerful. Today we're going to be looking at the Astral Adventurer's Guide from Spelljammer. This book gave us a pair of backgrounds that are what you would consider the new style backgrounds. These backgrounds are more powerful than the old style ones. And we'll get into those details in just a sec. But before we do, I'd like to let you know, Relaxed Fantasy Review has memberships. For just $1 a month, you can join me here on YouTube and get a couple benefits. First, you get a little badge next to your name in the comments, letting folks know that you're a supporter. You also get early access to the videos. I upload videos every other day, and people who are members of the channel get access to them a day early. If that's interesting to you, you can click the join button just down there and sign up. If that's not interesting, I still appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me on YouTube. So, two backgrounds from the Astral Adventurer's Guide. The first one is the Astral Drifter. The Astral Drifter is an individual who spent their life in the Astral Sea for a long, long time. They gain two skill proficiencies from their background, insight and religion. Religion's one of the knowledge-based skills, and not a bad one at that. And insight actually is a really, really good social skill that helps people out tremendously. I give these an 8 out of 10 for the skill proficiencies. You also get to know 2 extra languages from this background. Take your pick. It's, makes sense if you were to pick astral race languages like Githyanki or something, but you can pick whatever you want, technically, and extra languages is nice. I give this feature 9 out of 10. And then finally, the special feature you get is that you get a free feat. That's right, the background grants you a feat. And in this case, it grants you the Magic Initiate feat. Magic Initiate is one of the best feats in the entire game, granting you a pair of cantrips and a first level spell from any spell list of your choosing. But this specific feat that comes with Astral Drifter says that you must choose the Cleric spell list. Oh no, Cleric is one of the best spell lists to choose. And for 2 cantrips from the Cleric spell list, grab Guidance, because wow, Guidance is arguably the best utility cantrip in the game. You need an attack cantrip, you can grab Toll the Dead or Sacred Flame. You could grab Light, or you could grab Spare the Dying. There's a lot of choices here. And as far as first level spells go, I mean, take Bless, take Healing Word, take Guiding Bolt, or Cure Wounds, or Inflict Wounds. There's a lot of good abilities that come from a first level cleric spell, and this is actually really good if you aren't already a spellcaster. You can cast the spell once per day for free. So if you want to grab Bless and use it during a critical fight, that's amazing. If you want to grab Healing Word for an emergency life-saving move, that's also good. I give Magic Initiate, even with the limitation that it has to be Cleric, it's still 10 out of 10. No one would want to go without this power. Overall, the Astral Drifter is a 9 out of 10 background. Really, really strong. The other background that's in the Astral Adventurer's Guide is the Wild Spacer. This is a person who intentionally grows up hopping through the Spelljammer universe from place to place. They get 2 skill proficiencies as well, athletics and survival. Interesting skills, to be sure. I would say that athletics is handy, especially if you're a strength-based character, and survival is hit or miss. It depends on your DM and your campaign. Overall, I'd say 7 out of 10 for these skills. And then you've got 2 extra tool proficiencies, Navigator's Tools, and proficiency using space vehicles, specifically space vehicles. This is incredibly specific, unless you're going to be a seafaring individual or a spacefaring individual. Basically, unless you're in the Spelljammer setting, or potentially on a high sea setting, a coastal setting, then this really isn't going to be much use to you. That's what these are meant for. I say that these are niche enough that I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Not useless, but certainly it's not going to come up unless you are very specifically in this setting. But you still get a free feat from the background, and the Wild Spacer gets the Tough feat. The Tough feat adds 2 extra hit points to your character for every level that you go up, and this starts right from the beginning and continues through your campaign, which is the mechanical effective equivalent of having a +4 to your constitution, specifically for health-based purposes. Now, obviously, if you're a tanky individual, such as a barbarian, a fighter, or a paladin, this is very, very nice because it makes you even tougher. If you're a spellcaster, like a wizard or a sorcerer, or even a warlock or druid, who isn't really the tankiest individual, the Tough feat will be useful in the sense that it makes you less squishy. It's still not amazing. Like, you're still going to have a decent constitution, and the Tough feat effectively makes your hit die go up to like a d10 instead of a d6, but it doesn't give you any other tanky features like damage resistance or heavy armor proficiency. It just gives you more health. And that's never bad. It's always nice. But as feats go that are going to come with a background, I say this is 9 out of 10. I'd much rather have Magic Initiate than Tough, but I'm not going to complain about Tough. Overall, Wild Spacer, I give 7 out of 10. More niche, more specific. I could definitely see this being like a space pirate or just a fighter type character. Extra tankiness, athletics proficiency. This is a good background for a strength-based individual. But overall, the Astral Adventurer's Guide provides these 2 backgrounds that you can take and then just apply to any character you want. Be a cleric who's an astral drifter and then just get to add extra spells to your list plus languages. Or be a fighter who's a Wild Spacer. Or heck, be a druid astral drifter who snags some of the best cleric spells. Or be a warlock Wild Spacer who was toughened up by their time in the astral plane. All of these are valid. Backgrounds simply add new ways to power up your character, and these 2 are very good. I'd take Astral Drifter myself, though. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a look for the join button down there, and keep your eyes peeled for more background reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.